Welcome to the France 24 Observers. This show is based on our network of observers. They're ordinary people who tell us what's going on where they are and send in photos and videos to document it. We check everything here in Paris and bring the best to you. We begin today with the continuing unrest in Syria. For weeks now, our observers inside and outside the country have been telling us about the brutal repression of pro-democracy protests. The opposition says thousands of people have been arrested or simply disappeared. But we're hearing that often they only spend a few days in jail. The Syrian government has been releasing prisoners ahead of new protests that are planned. So is this a gesture of goodwill? Our observer does not think so. We head to Syria with our observer who uses the pseudonym Nabil.
For the last few weeks, the security forces have been moving in on places where demonstrations have broken out. They round up as many known protesters as possible, then put them in jail, but they often release them the next week, usually on Wednesdays, before the big demonstrations, which happen on Fridays. They don't let everyone go, just some, because they don't want too many people in the demonstrations. When the prisoners are released, you can see that they've been tortured. You can see the injuries on their bodies. Lots of people have filmed the injuries and posted the videos online. They don't give the people's names, though. They don't want them to get into trouble. I think the prisoner releases are meant to discourage people from demonstrating. When people see the kind of torture that goes on in jail, they think twice about joining the protests.
Now to Sana'a in Yemen. Protesters there have occupied the central square since February. It's become a city within a city with its own food supply and beds for people to sleep in. It's also an incubator of sorts for culture and creativity. We head to what protesters have renamed Change Square with our observer Khaled Al-Anesi.
Here in Yemen, we're trying to make our protests different from those in other Arab countries through the tools we use to express ourselves. For example, the tent is a symbol of traditional Arabic culture, but we've turned it into a symbol of our peaceful struggle. The square has become a centre of artistic activity. Every day there are dance shows, singing, poetry readings, that kind of thing, drawings, photographs. We even put on plays. All the performances are in honour of our revolution and our comrades who have been killed. Some popular songs have been transformed into revolutionary anthems. Art is a central part of our revolution. President Saleh's regime has always presented Yemen as a backward country, splintered by tribal conflicts. We want to show the world that image is wrong. Like everywhere else, we want freedom, we want democracy and culture and art, and to live our lives with dignity.
We finish today in Ivory Coast. Laurent Gbagbo, the president who refused to leave office, has been arrested, and the country has come back from the brink of an all-out civil war. But hundreds of people died, and Ivorians are struggling to get their country back on track. Our observer is doing his part. We head to Abidjan with Aboudia, a painter.
I grew up in the streets. I used to see other kids doing graffiti. That's what inspired me to become an artist. The painter is a witness of his times. So I asked myself, what can I do for my country as a painter? I decided I should document what happened at this crucial time in our country's history. Here's one example. I did a picture showing all the bad, negative things that came out of the disputed election. The people who died, the houses that were burned, the people left homeless. I did other paintings, like one that honours the United Nations force here, and the French. Another one is about the Aboubou district, or the people who disappeared or were murdered. My work is not figurative, but it's not abstract either. It's somewhere between the two.
That's it for this week. As always, you can find more reports from our observers on our website. See you next time.